Zendesk tutorial for customer service, how to use Zendesk. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we'll be doing a quick look at how you can get started with using Zendesk as your primary customer support or customer service center. So let's get into it. Now I've already created my Zendesk account with my email, and that is all you need to do. You can do a free trial, and once you get started, this will be your dashboard. So we're going to get started with setting up Zendesk, and there are multiple different facets that you have to keep in mind. So the first thing and the most primary thing that comes to most people's mind is ticketing. So Zendesk has its built-in ticketing system. You can see over here on your left toolbar, you will see tickets or views where you can take a look at the different tickets that you have, and you can refresh them over here. You also have unassigned tickets, unsolved tickets, updated ones, pending, and the solved ones. This allows you to monitor different tickets at different stages. Then you have your users section or customer section. You can directly click on add customer over here and manually add customers as well. And then you can click on actions and click on bulk import to import your pre-existing customers in bulk if you already have a customer database. Now, the next thing you have is your basic organization section. Now, if you don't have primary customers, you might have organizations that you're dealing with. So for that, you can click on add organizations and you can add individual organizations. For example, this is our own organization where I've only added the name, and there's one user, which is me, and then any other related information could be present over here. This helps you in managing larger accounts and business deals with larger businesses. Now, the next section you have is your analytics section, which allows you to take a look at the different reporting mechanisms that you can use and to manage your efficiency. Now, after that, you have your administrative settings where you have triggers, macros, automations, views, and the different basic walkthroughs of your particular Zendesk dashboard. Now, going back to our home page, one of the most essential things that you have to do when you're setting up Zendesk is to add your members. Now, on the top panel, you'll see the business name is showing up, Jane Doe is showing up. You can click on add over here, and you can directly add a ticket, user, organization, or search over here. This allows you to save time, especially if you're working super fast and doing multiple things at once. However, some people wonder, how exactly can I link my databases in this? Well, to do that, you go into the right section, and on the top right, you will see this icon. Click on this icon and you will see your admin center. You want to click on your admin center over here. Once you're in your admin center, you're going to click on channels. So in your channels, you have messaging, talk, email, bots and automation, as well as classic. So let's say I want to go into bots. You're going to click on bots over here, and you can build a conversation bot, a auto reply bot. So let's say I want to click on manage bots over here, and this is our conversation bot. Hey there, got a question, like this. And now in this way, you can click on create bot, and you can start building your bots. With any kind of customer support center or customer service center, obviously customers are going to be complaining and you have to manage those tickets. However, oftentimes your customer service agents are not going to be available. In that situation, creating a conversation bot can help the customer know that they will be served as soon as possible. Other than that, if you go up, you have messaging and social. So if you want to link messaging directly over here in Zendesk, you can click on add channel, and then you can see this is the Jane Doe Inc. web widget, and we can click on these three dots. We can edit this pre-existing widget that we have. Now, this is our basic, customer service center from where we're going to import our basic information. We're just going to copy this, and then we're going to click on next, and then this will be imported into our pre-existing websites. However, if you want to build your own messaging tool, or if you want to integrate some other messaging tool, you can click on add channel and you can choose the type of channel you want to use. Let's say you want to help customers on Facebook Messenger. So you can click on Facebook Messenger, link with Facebook, choose the page that you want, and then click on add channel details. What this will allow you to do is that instead of having to open Facebook to reply to your customers, you can directly do it on Zendesk. Now, after that, you want to add your agents. To do that, click on People, and once you've clicked on People, you can click on Team Members. Now, over here, currently we don't have any team members, so we can click on Add Team Member on the top right. These will be the people that are going to help your customers. So these will be your customer serving agents or just agents. So you're just going to input the name and email address of your employees or of your customer service agents and click on Next. After that, you're going to choose what role that they have. So if they are a contributor, a light agent, or a admin. Let's say they are only a agent, where they will be able to edit their tickets and would be able to just make basic changes in the ticketing system where they can, move tickets into a new status and so on. And this way you can have different levels of access to your particular team. Now, after that, you also have some other bulk actions where you can bulk import your users as well as team members. Now, after this, you have your Workspace section. In your Workspace section, you have agent tools, agent workspaces, views, macros, agent interface, dynamic context panels, and site convos. The most important thing to set up is your agent workspace and interface. So if your account is eligible to turn agent workspace on and off, you can do so. Then you have enable focus mode for live channels. You have a agent signature you can allow. Then if agents can delete tickets and redact content. Now, if you're using multiple different people, then you don't want to enable this option. This will allow agents, delete or dictate which tickets get accepted. And if you're only doing ticketing and they have more liberty, you're providing more liberty to your agents, you can allow this option. And in your agent workspace, it's pretty similar, where agent workspaces could be turned on and people can actually manage all of their tools, conversations in one space. Now, after you've set up these basic things, and there are some apps and integrations you can also integrate, but they are not required, you can go back into your homepage on Zendesk. Now, going back to our basic homepage on Zendesk, let's get started with building our tickets. So the first thing you want to do is click on views, and then you can go on ahead and click on add on the top, and then you can add a particular ticket. So we're building a new ticket, and you can add a user, which might be the customer 1, and then you can enter the email. Now you're going to choose the user type, if it's an end user or if it's a staff member, and what their particular role is. So obviously this kind of issue is coming from a end user, and I can click on add. Now, after that, you're going to add a assignee. So what person is going to help resolve this ticket? This can be assigned to a particular person by the creator or, by the administrator, or agents can select their own tickets as well. This really depends on how your business is functioning. After that, you can enter your followers. So agents that might be supervising or managers can be added as followers. Then you can use a tag system to further categorize your tickets, as well as set up types and priorities. So let's say this is a question and this is of normal priority, and then you can enter whatever ticket that you received. And then after that, you can add the entire ticket. So whatever ticket it might be, you can add that. And then on the bottom, you have your replies. So you can choose to build a public reply or an internal note as well. And then you can click on submit as new. So over here, we've built our ticket. And once we've had our ticket, now these would be all of the tickets, how your agents would be seeing them. And what an agent can do is that they can tick off a particular ticket, and then they can click on edit. Now, once they click on edit, they can change the assignees, they can add tags, they can also click on the priorities and change priorities. This really depends on what kind of stage this ticket is. So once we have our ticket, I can click on this one. Now, once we have our ticket entered, let's say I want to provide a reply, and this might be whatever your reply is. You can type it in, and then you can click on submit as open, or you have the second option, which is next ticket in view, or stay on ticket, or close tab. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the status of this ticket. So on the right side of your submit as open button, you have this option of open, pending, or solved. Now, I'm going to mark it as solved, and then the ticket has been updated. Now, if I take a look at my recently solved tickets, this ticket has been moved over there. Now, although I have not received customer confirmation, if a agent gauges that the ticket has been resolved by their response, they can mark it as solved. So in this way, you can build your customer support center with Zendesk. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video.